Alright guys, so what I'm doing at the moment, because I still need to do some stuff on there, but I want to make a little handle up to go on the bottom of the gimbal, just to give me a bit more length, probably a foot long or maybe a foot and a half long or something like that. I could have went out and bought a proper thing, but I'm one of these guys that will make it. Like really, all I need is a 1/4 inch UNC bolt and a bit of this is a broom handle I went and bought. I think it was like $10.50 New Zealand. I bought a bolt. There's probably one here, but that just saved me trying to find one. And basically all I got to do is make it just because that's the right thread to go in here, so that I don't even have to take it off. And also what I'm going to do with the rest of the handle is I'm going to make some. The other day I could have really done with a couple of these hammers. So I'm going to, with the rest, I actually wish now I bought these. There was a thicker like shovel handle, not a broom handle. I probably should have bought that, but it's not going to matter much. This is still plenty big enough. It's just might have been just slightly nicer, be a little bit bigger in the hand. So then I could have shaped it down a little bit better for what I wanted, but I probably only want about that much for this, because I've seen a few people have these on that, just for doing, it's not that something you're going to use very often, but I thought if I go to car shows or something like that, it just gives me a little bit more flexibility with that. I can stand down and I can park it down underneath cars and sort of way inside cars, like the windows are open. So save me having to open a door, I can sort of just poke it in through the window and just get a few shots of inside the vehicle and all those sorts of things without having to actually have to open a door and get inside a car or whatever. Or I can poke it in up over a motor or something like that without actually having to lean on a vehicle to try and do that, because that's sort of the last thing you want to do when you go into a car show with hot rods and classic cars and all that sort of thing. Nothing worse than somebody actually leaning on your vehicle trying to take a photo, whereas I can hold the selfie stick, not the selfie stick, but the gimbal with the phone recording, and I can poke it all over there and then bring it back, and then I can just grab the normal part of the handle and control it and whatever, and just get that nice extra shot or whatever over a car or just something. Of course I want to try and get some cool shots. So I thought all I'll do is I'll just make this about a foot and a half long. I'll cut the head off the bolt, I'll drill a hole in there, get some liquid nails, bang that in there, leave myself probably, I don't know, whatever it is, 1/4 of a heart, maybe 1/4 of an inch or a bit more of the thread poking out. Doesn't need to be much, just thick enough to go through, maybe probably not 3/8, but somewhere between 1/4 of an inch and 3/8 of an inch sticking out there, maybe 7/16, I don't know. I'm not used to working in inches all the time, but say 7 or 8 mil, thereabouts, of thread sticking out, just enough to wind in those things. I'll check to see how far I need to wind it in, but just in case it bottoms out or something like that. And then I'll use the rest of it to make a couple of handles up for some hammers, which will be perfect. So all I'll do is I'll just use one of these handles here for a basic gauge, just get a rough idea. They're about the same length, give or take. So a couple of hammer handles, wipe that off there, and I'll use the rest of it for the selfie stick, or the stick for the, not selfie stick, God, I need to stop saying that. I hate the bloody thing. That's pretty much what it is. This stick for that, or the handle, the extension handle for that. Just thought it might come in handy. Anyway, I'll mount the phone on the gimbal, set it up, and then I'll start bugging around with this. Not that it's very exciting, but hey, it's something different. Still something based on what I normally do. And at some point I'll get back to doing a little bit more than that. I seem to be running around doing more things that aren't anything to do with this in the last couple of weeks. You know, I'm probably lucky if I've spent probably 10 hours out here in the last week. Mrs. wants me to do this and that and run into town and doing bits and pieces. No, it's just never ending. But anyway, I won't get on the bad side of her, but righty, I'll get into it. Back in a second. Righty. So I'll get to buggering around with this. Work out exactly what I want. So that's my bowl. What I'll do is when I cut it off, I'll just whack the end off and I'll just leave probably that much sticking out, thereabouts. So I want a couple of hammer handles. I'll make them about the same length as that one, thereabouts. So I'll just go grab another hammer just to double check. Not even following me, are you? Come on. Right. Round here. Come on, good girl. Come on. Back round here. Make the same length as that one. It's one of those, I don't know what brand this is, I can't remember, but it's very similar to the snap-on. Very similar to the snap-on sort of style hammers. Anyway. Oh, don't turn the camera around, I'll look at the other side of it. Anyway. Quickly. A couple of eyes off and leave myself a little extra. Cut that off with. Hands what we do. That. I might just throw it up a little bit. That's plenty long enough. Do I have a tape measure here anywhere? Give you a rough idea how long that is. Give or take. Tape measure. One around here somewhere. Foldable ruler. That's got both on it. So what are we talking? 27 inches. Thereabouts. Or 27 and a half, give or take. So that's, what's that? Two and a bit foot long. Or 27 inches, or about not quite 700 mils long. Right. So, actually there's a square in here somewhere. So I'll try to get a halfway square when I trim the end of this up. It's that bad. Just trying. All I do is use that. Light bulb. making Susie super crazily accurate here. Drill. Oh, really? Disable. Once. Move this a bit closer. Oh. Oh, shook up. Oh. Really? Right. Drills. Drill and drills. I really want something just a couple sizes small, maybe. Just enough to squeeze in there, make it really tight. Try it for a start anyway. Deep do I want that? Insulation tape on the screw on the drill. Give me a rough idea how deep I want that. So, drill too deep. Keep just short of that, should be right. Right, that's that. Cap the end off this. Hacksaw. That'll do. One hacksaw. Good, so that won't just quite fall in there. What I would have wanted. get any goo out of this. Surprised Dad didn't have something into that. Broken, but anyway. Whoa. It's a boy. Anyway. So that there for a minute. Screw that back on there. Yuck. Soft hammer, pair of pliers, hit me tingies. Listen that yet. That's probably not far away. Doesn't need to be super long. Alright. One. Alrighty. Kick it, smash it. Let's test it. Right. So I've just stuck the phone on the old little gimbal I had, or tripod. Yeah. I think that'll suffice. So I can set the phone up in there. Basically sort of semi-lock it, and so I think there's a couple of things where you can actually go in there and lock it, and then I can sort of poke it in through a window and do bits and pieces. So anyway, I'll stop the camera again and I'll just have a little play and just see how it works. Righty, so now I'm on the, obviously got the stick on the bottom of the gimbal, and I've locked the, what do you call it? You get follow mode, and then, oh man, I can't think. I'd have to have a look back through the menu. I was just looking at the bloody thing. There's one where you can actually lock it so it won't, so when you go like that, it'll try and hold it in the same position. So it will lock it vertically, so I can sort of move it around. As you can see just see the bottom of the gimbal there. Yeah, like I can sort of do that, and I can sort of turn it left to right. I've also got it on called sports mode. So So I can come in now, say stand at the window of the car, I can come in, and I can just back, like I can almost reach like the glove box area and do maybe some cool shots or something. So come up over the roof of the car, like I can almost see out to the side. Walk around the front of the car, let's have a look. So like I'm standing back here, there's my feet, there. So I'm going to be standing back here and I'll hold that like that, like I can reach way out. So I can be like a couple of feet in front of the car, coming right up to the windscreen, all sorts of things like that, just maybe do some cool shots around the engine bay. So you can do sort of not super practical, but it's becoming handy occasionally. If I want to come up over like a vehicle or something like that, try and get a high shot of a vehicle. There's a bit of a crowd around. Can. Yeah, maybe. I think once I get more used to it and figure out some of the different modes do. That's something else too, I can come down and really low underneath the car. Shoot the vehicle down low. Morning guys, so I thought I'd just do a little conclusion at the end of this video. I meant to come back out here last night and do it, but I didn't end up getting back out here. So anyway, for less than $10, so that handle was $10.50, but I've used half of it, or thereabouts. So yeah, a little bit up more than half of it, so for $5 for that, about an inch and 3/4 to 2-inch 1/4-inch UNC bolt, cut the head off it, drill a 7/32 hole in the end of there, as square and as central as possible. You don't have to get super fancy, drill that in there. I just put a bit of tape on my drill so I knew how far to drill it in, just to give me a guide. And then a bit of liquid nails or something very similar. It doesn't have to be that, but just something that's going to give it a bit extra bond, help hold that bolt in there firmly. If you had a bit of all thread or something like that, you could probably wind it in there and then cut that off, and then make sure you get a nice clean end to screw into the bottom of your camera or your gimbal or some other sort of phone holder or whatever. So this has got more than one use. Like you don't have to use it for the DJI, whatever you call it, Mobile 3, Osmo Mobile 3. You don't have to use it for that, but for less than $10, I made a extension handle for that I can use for all sorts of purposes. And the rest of it I'm going to use to make some hammer handles. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. You know, because I thought I might buy a thing, but I was like looking around and like, you know, the $20, $30, $40 for a handle, for a couple of feet long. You know, some of them were extendable, you know. So I thought I'll go buy a 1/4 inch UNC bolt, you know, a couple inches long or thereabouts. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to use for a bit of timber, but you know, I could have bought a bit of square stock and rounded the edges off, but I thought, you know, $10 broom handle or a shovel handle or something like that, just depending on how much you want to spend. Perfect. Cut it down, you know, I can use the rest of it for something else. So yeah, less than $10 and you got yourself a extension handle. Alright guys, cheers, and I'll get on and make some other videos. See ya.